Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Uh-oh. 1 minute. What is going on here? Oh. Oh, you can hear me now? Yay! Good. Okay. I'm just double checking. I have this microphone and it does have a mute button. Okay. There's a delay. So I was like, can you hear me? Can you not? Ooh. Okay, so hello. Everyone can hear me. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to catch up. Wow, it's actually funny. I don't have it on me, but probably I probably shouldn't have it anymore because I feel like lipstick you should only, or like chapstick or anything, you should only use for so long. But a while ago, I got like a few years ago, probably pre-leave maybe. Anyway, I got this it was Christian Dior, and it said it was it's basically like a clear chapstick, but it should go off of your own pigment. So it's I feel like it's quite dark, but it was just clear. So it's interesting how it changes your lip color. Anyway, so good to see you guys. Basically what I was saying as I was mute there for a moment was, yeah, it's been a little bit. I didn't look back to see how long it's been. It's been at least a couple weeks, if not more than that. But I think last we talked was on a live. And then, of course, I think just that following Tuesday, things did fall a little apart for us. But thank you so much for reaching out as you did, as I checked in a little bit here and there. As I may have said in my story, my most recent story on Instagram, it's so hard sharing these things because I'm just not one, and Joe's not either, that's comfortable sharing anything we're struggling with or how we're doing with anyone. And so then to do it kind of in a more public arena is even more difficult because, one, we don't want to worry you. Two, it is so hard to know what to say, what not to say, not to make you feel in the dark, but also, protect our own privacy and all of that. But you guys have been so great in just giving Joe well wishes and everything. Marina, I know you asked, how is Joe? Thank you for asking. And again, everyone that's asked, he is doing okay. Like I said, again, he had 2 stays in the hospital. The first one, he was just going to the doctors to get something that he wasn't feeling well. And then it was immediate to the ER. And it was very stressful, very emotional, because in a lot of ways it did seem very much an emergency. And so then we had an overnight stay, all that stuff, and still trying to figure everything out. I think we have figured it out. I don't want to share too much just because, again, it is Joe's kind of journey. And I think he is someone that likes to keep more private on that level. And I get it too. I don't know how much I would want to share. Not that it's anything to be embarrassed about, but it is, again, just very hard to share anything about yourself publicly, especially something about your health, because there's a lot of fears. You might get a lot of unsolicited advice that you don't want. There's so much, and I could go on and on. But thank you so much for your understanding. One thing I will say is that, again, I think we have figured out what it is, and he will likely be having surgery this coming week. So, again, continue to send your prayers and your thoughts, as hopefully this is what will help everything. So, I know I kind of went in a circle. And one thing that's kind of my goal this year and in life that recently has come to me, I feel like through all of this, is that I want to be less of an apologetic person, because I think I apologize too much, and I feel like I was just apologizing a lot there when there really is nothing to apologize for. And that's something I really want to work on. So again, thank you for your understanding. D gets it. Yeah, it's kind of our thing and our business. So thank you for being understanding. All right. Whew. I feel like I was really stressed about that because, again, it's a difficult line to cross or to kind of walk. Yeah, I've got fellow over apologizing people in here. Oh, it's the Canadian blood. I've heard that Canadians are quite the apologizers. I'm not even Canadian, and I'm a big apologizer. So maybe I should move across the border. Maybe that's a thing. Someone said on a different topic, Julie, by the way, I don't mean to call you out on here, but I recognize your last name and I've been meaning to find you on here or anywhere. I think you sent me a little Starbucks card and that was so nice of you. I'm sorry I haven't been able to reach out. I kind of didn't have the time to figure out how to reach out to you. So I did receive that if that is you. So thank you. Again, sorry to call you out. It's a Canadian thing for sure. That's funny. I guess I'm part Canadian. Who knows? Joe actually is Canadian, and I don't think he's as apologetic as me. Another thing, not only of being apologetic, but the other piece that I want to work on is I am someone actually, this is kind of opposite almost. I am someone that always seeks permission and doesn't ask for forgiveness. I know you might have heard that term a lot. You're like, they always say, ask for forgiveness, don't ask for permission. I don't know if I'm saying that exactly right, but basically it's saying, just kind of go for it. Don't constantly be like, can I do this? Is that okay? Because most likely someone is going to shoot you down and you won't take that risk or do whatever it is that you want to do. And sometimes the risk does pay off. And so you don't need to seek apology. And then sometimes it doesn't. And you do have to seek apology, but you always can ask for, you can always get forgiveness more easily than, again, asking permission. Whole nother topic. Oh, awesome, Julie. Oh, I know, but I had to. I don't know if Joe is listening. Oh my gosh, this is almost a tough time to do a live because I am able to put Dennis down, but Lee is still kind of wrapping up as I start this. So I think Joe is helping. I know Joe is helping with that. I'm not sure if he's still in there. He shouldn't be, but Joe may be extending bedtime as he sometimes does. Yes, Lauren, I think that's what it is. It's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. A lot of people have told me that, and I've realized I'm definitely that person that always asks for permission, and I almost never go through with things because I let people talk me out of things before I even move forward. How am I doing? Oh, thank you, Ruby. I'm doing fine. I'm doing good. It has been a lot, of course, being worried about Joe, and then, of course, taking pretty much over everything around the house and just trying to be there for him at the same time as much as possible. I feel like this is a little high. I'm going to lower it. And sorry, I know this mic is just hanging out here, but I hope it helps with the sound. I know it was muted at first, but I know. Jeff asked any chance we would have a See Real Soon live Q&A. We totally should. I know we haven't done one of those in a while. I feel like the last time we did one of those was close to the beginning of, almost a year ago, close to the beginning of when the whole pandemic started. I want to say March of last year, but we totally should. I think because I do these, that takes up one of our evenings, so then we never think to do See Real Soon, but we would really like to. I know it's been a while since we've posted anything there as well, although that's kind of become our new norm, is that we just post when we can there, and we appreciate your understanding on that part as well. Did I have a nice trip seeing my parents? Yes, we do have a great time with them always. We've been seeing them more because I've been trying to get out of Joe's hair and get the kids out of the house and things like that and just go to a different setting. So we have been enjoying that a lot. We're going to give them a break this weekend because we have taken up quite a few of their weekends. Yeah, Joe is still working. They've definitely been understanding, and he's taken sick days here and there as things escalated or have, kind of peaked and things like that. But he is still working. Thankfully, it's from home, so he can be in the comfort of his own home through all of this, which is really nice as well. But sorry, I keep sighing. I mean to sigh, but I feel like I have a lot of pent up energy because I was just really nervous about coming back after being gone for a little while. But I do appreciate, again, I keep saying it, your understanding. I think that's my way of saying sorry without saying sorry. Wow. So I need to stop saying that too. Guys, Come on, I got to work on this stuff. No, all part of growing and becoming a better person. Is it takes time. And of course, I'm always just there's a part of that I will always be like that, and that's okay too. I'm just checking in what people are seeing or saying. Oh, I know. Sorry, I saw this a couple times, and finally I can answer it. Have you seen the new 50th anniversary info that was released today? I have not. Joe mentioned it offhand, like he quickly saw something, but didn't say any more about it because we haven't really been able to touch base too much today since he was working. No, he wasn't working today. Oh yeah, he wasn't, but he was, resting a lot. But yeah, I have not seen any of it. But Joe, the only thing that Joe mentioned was that it's they're doing like it for a long time, something like a year, like 18 months or something, which is great because it is coming up this fall, and who knows what that means for everyone visiting, whether it'll be fully opened up, whether the borders will be opened up. So it's nice to know that the celebrations will continue for quite a long time. And also that's just nice anyway, if you can't get to Disney this year. And in some ways, I hope it just helps in that everyone doesn't feel like they have to all be there October 1st, which I know a lot of people will want to be there that day. But maybe in extending it to this long period, people again will be like, okay, I'll kind of get there when I can within that period, including us. So that's exciting. Hi, Nicole. Oh, thank you so much. I know I miss all you guys too. Ooh. One breakup. Becca, I have my notes here of names if I can remember them. Becca is doing the dishes and I'm joining her. That's great. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Liz. I think I do need to take a deep breath. Oh, that did actually feel really good. Marky, oh my gosh, you totally get it. I took a shower for the first time in a while. Probably TMI, but it's true. It's been a thing. JC, am I still doing Weight Watchers? I am still a lifetime member, but this month I am not following it. I should be, not like I should be, but it's something you should be consistent with, and I've not been consistent right now with it, and that is totally fine. But yeah, I do hope to kind of get back on it just because I am feeling lethargic. Dan, you keep being in the neighborhood and not telling me. Oh my gosh. Hello over in Nashua. Oh my gosh. If one place we really like, there's a lot of cool things in Nashua, but one place we like is Lilac Blossom. It's a Chinese restaurant we really like. So if you are looking for somewhere to eat, Dan, we recommend it. Megan, wondering if Lee is going to Disney when you go in October. October would be nice. It's a typical time we have been going the last few years. I don't know. Our plan is that he will be in preschool, so I don't know what that really means, if we feel comfortable, taking a week off or what that is, whatever that'll look like. So who knows? I do anticipate it will probably be a busy month, and we are typically folks that don't always enjoy when it's quite as busy. So I don't know if that would be a reason we may avoid it, but I don't know. It would be fun to be there on October 1st. That would be cool. Who knows? Oh my gosh, you guys are so kind. Hi, Meg and Emmett. I love those names. Someone said, or Nicole said that she used Home Chef when she wasn't feeling well in December. That's a great idea because I'm still doing like my super complex meals for the most part, and it's a lot. Yeah. Oh, did I say Jeff? Yes. Hi, Dan and Jeff. Hi, Dan and Jeff over in Nashua. I know. If it wasn't for COVID, so true, Dan, because we will. It'll happen. I'm keeping company with Zahida for cooking dinner. Oh, this is fun. So one thing I wanted to mention to you guys, I really have no agenda today. Oh, although if you are on Instagram, I did mention I've been working on something. You guys all mentioned you kind of wanted a private Facebook group or something to that extent because of how fun this chat has been in these lives and kind of wanting to continue those conversations and things like that. So I've been working on something to that. So I do want to talk about that. But one of the things Zita was talking about cooking was I feel like I didn't get my thoughts well collected for tonight because I was like busy up to the last minute because I had gone grocery shopping this week, as I do, and I had gotten meals for me to make, but then also, as you know, Lee loves to cook, and I don't know when we got this. It was a little bit ago, but has anyone seen this book? It's a little bit of a is it sparkly? Yes, it is. The Disney Princess book. So we got this recently for Lee, and he adores it. He'll just read it like a book and just kind of go through all the different recipes. It is and they're good. But basically, they are written where kids can do them. Does it say an age? I don't think it does, but I really think Lee, it's appropriate for his age. Yes. Zita, your daughter needs this. Oh, there's a Tiana. So there's like one just for Tiana. Oh, that's cool. I want to look into that. Oh, a tea party recipe one. Always Wishing has it. Isn't it awesome? Yeah. So we've done a couple so far, but I'm going to just show you a peek of this. Here's my idea. We've done a few, but we always can redo them. I don't know if it would be a lot because I also have a lot of other content I want to go through, but I have this vision of Julie and Julia, if anyone knows that book and movie, where Julie takes on Julia Child's, is it French Cooking? I forget the actual book's name, and goes through the entire book and has a blog about it. This was before vlogging, and so I was like, Lee and I should like go through this whole book and have it be a journey that we go on. But anyway, let me show you what we made tonight, and then I'll show you a couple other ones we made. But I would love to do more where we do actually share some of these and how we cook them. Tonight, Lee's request this week was Gus's mac and cheese burger. And so here's the thing. Lee is not the pickiest eater, but he definitely is on the pickier side, I would say. He is not. Oh, there's a villain's cookbook. Lee would die. Oh my gosh. Honestly, a lot of people are saying they need this for their little one. I get this even if I didn't have kids. It is so fun, and they're really great recipes. So this is Gus's mac and cheeseburger, and as I was saying, Lee's on the pickier side. He's a little funny about certain meats. He has turkey cold cuts or ham cold cuts. He'll have ham steak. He will have chicken nuggets like any kid. He will not have fish. No, he's not. No, he doesn't even like tuna. And he's even funny about certain chicken. And he's not great on any red meats, which I've heard is kind of common for kids. But he thought this was Gus's mac and cheese, and I let him know it is Gus's mac and cheeseburger. And so he was a little nervous, but I said, you just have to try a bite of the cheeseburger part, and then if you don't like it, you don't have to eat it. You can easily eat around it. And this was one thing we thought, meals like this, where he's a little bit less adventurous, if he is part of the cooking process, we thought he would be more interested. I will say that didn't go as well on one of the meals, and I'll show you that. But this meal, it did. He asked for seconds and thirds and ate everything. And he went, Mom, I love the cheeseburger. So it was really good. Oh, Lauren knows how I feel. Eats cereal and Lunchables. Mm-hmm. Bye, Liz. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for catching up. And for others that are across the pond, if you're watching or watching this later, I do hope to do another live where I can accommodate your time a little bit better, because I know this is very late for you. Hi, Aiden. I'll let Lee know you said hi. All right, I just want to catch up here a little bit because I'm talking. Okay, so this was really good. I really liked it. It's basically a very simple. I don't know if you can read it well, but it's probably just a standard baked mac and cheese kind of meal with just hamburger in it. But it was good. It was good. Everyone liked it. Of course, Joe couldn't eat it, but everyone else liked it. Okay. The other one we're making this week, very simple. So if you think that might be a little bit too, oops, sorry, I hit the microphone. If you think that's a little too complex, there are a lot of simpler recipes. And here's the other one we have planned to make this week. Jasmine's homemade hummus. So, of course, very limited, very small amount of ingredients, basically going with garbanzo or chickpea beans, and then just olive oil, lemon juice, garlic powder, salt, and pita bread if you'd like. I don't think I bought pita bread. He usually will just dip carrots or pretzels. We do have hummus, so I know he will like this. I think he'll be even more excited. Hi, Sarah! To have made it on his own. So this one I'm not as worried about him not liking, unless the hummus the hummus we typically get has a lot of like spices that make it taste better. I'm not really sure. We'll have to see on that, but excited about that one. Just want to show you a couple others. Trying to see. What one did we make? That's the other one. Like here's one I'm excited to make. Southern spoon bread. That looks so good. That's from Tiana. Okay. Here it is. So this is one Lee was so excited to make. And Joe and I were like, okay. But we're like, wow, that's the one you want to make? Of course it was because of the character who he loves. And I will say, we had to like not beg him, but we have a rule. We always have to try something once. And so we had to ask quite a few times, and he had the bite and then he wouldn't eat anymore. And that is Mushu's Mushu. So he was very kind of thrown off by the pork in it and just wasn't a big fan, but we enjoyed making it. He made it. We actually had my parents over at the time, so they ate it too. So thankfully nothing went to waste on that. I'm just reading along. Louise just ordered it. Great. I'm so glad to hear that. It's a great four-year-old birthday. My favorite Apple Watch apps. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I use a whole lot. I really just like it for texting, that I can keep my phone further away and that I get texts that come through. So that I can be with the kids, not have to be checking my phone if someone needs to be reaching out, and that I can like quickly just say, hello, I'll get back to you, or I don't know, whatever it is. That's the biggest thing I use it for. Honestly, yeah, I can't think of any other apps. I would say probably the workout one I'll use. Yeah. If you have any recommendations of how I should be using this more, definitely let me know. I'm so glad you guys are getting this. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Does Lee and Dennis have any cousins? I read that as, are Lee and Dennis cousins? I'm like, no, they're brothers. Yes, they do. They have 3. They have 2 that are nearby, and they have 1 that's across the country. We have not seen them in almost a year now. We saw them like a week before the pandemic. And I remember at the time we were like, oh, what is the, like, we were just starting to hear about it. It was a couple weeks before the pandemic. We were like, oh, what are they talking about, this, coronavirus or COVID? And then of course everything, quickly changed just a couple weeks later. Ooh, from Niagara Falls, Canada. We want to visit Canada a lot more. They're asking if we would come to any theme parks here across the border. I don't know of any theme parks of where you are, but I would totally look into them and be interested. I don't know if we would ever plan a trip around a theme park, other than, of course, we say that, but we do that with Disney all the time. But I think we do that enough with Disney that we try to plan our other trips to be more around, different reasons, the landscape, the culture, the history, all those kinds of things, just different experiences like road trips and things like that. But if it lined up where we were in an area that met those needs and also was near a theme park, then yeah, that'd be cool. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Yes, Zeta, I want to come to Vancouver so bad. That is like a big plan. Canada, what is it? I missed it. Go. I don't know. Hello, Rachel. You're up late. Thank you for joining. Vancouver Island. Is that different? Is that very different? Is that like in Vancouver or near it or? Canada Wonderland. I'm seeing that a couple times in Toronto. I feel like that's a little closer to us. So I see that being a possibility. Oh, let me just see. Was there one? Oh, one other one we made I wanted to show. This is the first one we made. I was like, you know what? This is simple. This will be great. And it went really well. It was lots of fun. So we made homemade jam, Aurora. This one is a little bit messier, clearly. But yeah, we really enjoyed this and we had it on toast and he really liked it. So there's a lot of really cool ones in here. Of course, the desserts get really fun. I just want to show you one that Lee really wants to try, but I have to get all the ingredients for. Look at that. That looks fun. So anyway, just wanted to share that. That's something we've been enjoying that hopefully I hope to do more videos on as we explore more of the book and have fun with that. And like I said, he made a mac and cheese with me. Again, he's at the age where I felt comfortable enough where he did even come up fairly close to the oven, to the stove and help me stir some things where I knew that he was aware of the heat and knew how to be safe with it. So it's I think he's at a good age. And I think, of course, older is better as well. And then I found this recently just in our pile of books, and it actually looks really cool too. So I hope to do more things out of this also. I don't know if I found anything specific, but just to show you, they get really kind of visual with it, which I think is great for kids. And hey, I even appreciate it too. So I figured while I was in the cookbook area, I'd show you that too, because I thought that was really interesting. And one other thing I will show you on this that I appreciated was it showed, let me show you. Oh yeah, it has like little lessons. Like lesson 1 is all about how to bake like a pro. It has all these tips and things like that. Sorry, I'm not going to stay on them too long, but if you're watching this afterwards, you can certainly pause. And then another one. This I really liked because I don't have a whole lot of baking tools and I want to start collecting a little bit over time, as either it works in our budget or, as Christmas lists are made. And I was like, wow, this really kind of just lays out a lot of things that you could need in your baking tool belt. So I really liked that. Yeah, I know. Little League cooking show. So much fun. I actually also really like the J&A cooking shows. I know many of you enjoyed that also. And I'd love to do those again, but we are just spread a little bit thin right now, but hopefully we can bring those back. Food and wine cookbook and 2 Star Wars cookbooks. So tough when Lee's birthday is only less than a month after Christmas because there's so many things that have come up in the last couple weeks and I'm like, I want to get Lee, but I'm like, you have to kind of like either draw it out a little bit or wait until next Christmas. Oh, okay. I saw this question quite a bit, but I kept being in the middle of a thought. Did you tell Lee about sorcerers? We still have not, because there is really no rush yet, because we are not at Disney World, so he doesn't know any different right now. And it just hasn't come up naturally. Again, as I said, I had a plan where we wanted to, make a little bit of a ceremony of it. And then there was another piece. Oh, we also thought it might be worth letting time pass a little bit where it's not as much of like a interest maybe. So who knows? In the near future, we do hope to tell him. We're not going to wait till forever, but we have not told him yet. I know the croissant berry pudding. That was so good. Where's our favorite place to eat in Disney? We are not great at this kind of advice because we have not been eating at Disney recently. With kids, we really haven't been eating there just to save money and things like that. Prior to kids, I've always really loved Via Napoli. It's not Disney theming at all, but I just really... So I wouldn't say it's my favorite for that piece, but I do actually really enjoy the theming and outside of wanting to experience Disney. And of course, the pizza, so good. I wish they did a little bit more of dairy-free and gluten-free. That's another reason we have not gone. What's my least favorite attraction in Magic Kingdom? Ooh. I don't know. I think I would have said Stitch's Greatest Escape, but it's not there anymore. Oh, I know. So this is a little... I might make people upset, maybe not. I know I'll make my son upset because it's his favorite ride in all Walt Disney World. But I'm not a huge fan of Thunder Mountain. I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan. It's a little too whoa, I don't know. Like, I'm not great with the dips and although maybe Space Mountain. No, maybe Thunder Mountain. I don't know. I just have a little trouble with Thunder Mountain. I have to be in a certain mood. Like, I have to be ready for the wildest ride in the wilderness. And when I'm not, I'm not. So that's just kind of funny. My favorite mountain in Magic Kingdom is Splash. Yeah, so what do you guys all think? I don't know. We talked a little bit about the 50th anniversary. I know I talked a little bit about it. I wasn't looking at the chat too much. But are you excited for the 50th? Anyone have plans to go? Has anyone been recently? Disney's always the topic, isn't it? Ooh, the teacups. Yeah, not a fan of spinning. I get that. What is it? I think we've been, can't you kind of manage it like where it doesn't go too fast? It's probably still going to spin. So the other one, again, this is so sad that like my two least favorites are both of my kids' favorite rides. Winnie the Pooh throws me off. I was talking to Joe the other day, or I've said it many times. What I don't understand about, sorry, off topic, but I have something else to share with you that we've been doing in the last couple of weeks that a lot of you have been telling us that we should do. But anyway, with Winnie the Pooh, I'm very confused of why. Does anyone know, or what are your thoughts on how exposed the lights are in Winnie the Pooh? Like, you look up and you just see like all the staging, and I'm like, wait, why is that? Like, it must be intentional. Like, why would you have that just visible like that? So is that, I don't know. I don't really know what they're going for there, if it's intentional. And if it isn't, that just doesn't seem like Disney to do that. And the reason why when I was in mid-thought there, I gasped was because we have been watching the Imagineering story. Many of you have been telling us we should, Dan included. I don't know if Dan is still on here or Jeff. I know you guys are in Nashua, so probably busy, but yes, we started watching that. I think we have one episode left, so we have really enjoyed it. It has been really interesting. Yeah, I remember them saying there that you should never see the staging or never see the, I don't know, workings of the ride. So I was like, yeah, but why is Winnie the Pooh like that? I don't really know. Let's see if what people are saying. Ooh, Philhar Magic needs an upgrade. Yeah, needs an update. I could see that. Yeah, that would be nice to see. Yeah, well, the Imagining story is pretty emotional. There's some, you really get the history and the heart behind Disney, which we all know and love. Isabella, I know. Wait, that's even crazier. So here's the thing. I love the queue of Winnie the Pooh, and I actually do like the ride. I just don't understand the lighting. And every time I become this big critic, I'm like, why is this happening? And I like don't even pay attention to the ride. I'm not watching WandaVision. We are incredibly behind. By incredibly behind on Marvel, I mean like I don't know if Joe's watched any of the movies, and I've literally only watched Iron Man 1, which I really liked. But I don't know if we haven't seen any Marvel. I've heard it's confusing already. Is it even more confusing if you haven't watched really any other Marvel? This is WandaVision again. Brooke says, does she need to remind me that we rode Big Thunder Mountain 10 times? Maybe that's why. I think it broke me. I think when we rode it 10 times, it broke me and I never wanted to ride it again. Oh, too pure to be pink. Oh my gosh, she's surprising her son for his 5th birthday. They're going in 2 weeks. Oh, have the most wonderful time. Hey, Chloe, it's late, but I'm sure this isn't too late for you. But good to see you on here. Yes, for anyone that has had to cancel your trips, I do hope you can go back soon. I know it's still very uncertain for many of you. Just keep holding on and either step away from all the Disney content if that helps you, or dive right into it if you like to live vicariously through others. So, but either way, I hope you can live it out yourself very soon. Oh, someone said they're not a Marvel fan, but they like WandaVision. Interesting. Yeah, I think I'd like it. It seems interesting. I feel like we have a couple of things on our list we'd like to get through first. Mandalorian certainly seems really interesting and one we'd love to give a try. We just finished, at least up until what it's at, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Literally took us, I think, since before Dennis was born, and maybe even before I was pregnant with him. Like we've been etching away at that thing for 2 years. So we're not great at binge watching. So when we make a choice, we we want to make sure it's something we can like commit to for a while. Oh, Jeff, oh my gosh, you guys are at a restaurant. That's so funny. Yes, please don't let me interrupt too much. Okay, someone said it's much easier to jump into Mandalorian than WandaVision. I think that's the other thing. I think we're at, again, a point in our family's chapter that we are very tired and pretty exhausted that the shows we kind of want to watch at the end of the night, if we can fit it in again, which is not very often, we typically do like ones on the lighter side. So that's another thing. Sorry, I'm catching up again. Have you ever vacationed in Maine? Any suggestions? We have, but I will admit I'm not great on suggestions. I'll have to think on that. And maybe if you DM me, I can see if some friends who do live in Maine can give some suggestions. But yeah, we've just vacationed basically for weddings. And I honestly can't even remember exactly what towns they were in, but it was wonderful. And Maine is a wonderful state with lots of great landscape and just places to hike and just enjoy the outdoors. And I really think if that's what you're into, Maine's a great place for that. And really cool to see. I know a couple people have mentioned that WandaVision has kind of that 50s, 60s feel. I think that would totally be up my alley then because we kind of stopped, but I'd love to get back into it. We were watching Dick Van Dyke's show, and I really loved that. And I do love that sitcom style. So I wonder if I would like that as well. Oh my gosh, too pure to be pink. Sorry, I don't know your name, but she mentioned that we were there at the beginning of motherhood, and she would watch our vlogs while nursing her son and just feeling completely overwhelmed and exhausted. And it's just so crazy to hear you say that because I've totally been there and have also found myself while nursing my son late into the night trying to stay awake because that was always my biggest fear was that while I was nursing him that I would somehow fall asleep. So I would literally wake myself up by making myself watch something on my phone. And it's so funny with both. I like have recollections of what I watched with Lee. It was like really random, but I fell into this like spiral of watching Dancing with the Stars videos on YouTube. Like I like went like deep and like into like all these different videos and I'd never even watched the show before this. So first I would just watch like people would have compilations where you got to see like one celebrity's like entire all their videos and all their dances in one compilation. And so I'd watch those. Then I'd watch if they had like rehearsal compilations. Then I really just started to try to watch some of the old seasons. I will always love the Max and Meryl one. And then I do watch it now. It's the only show I watch live. Although this last time I didn't watch it. I wasn't as big of a fan because it was tough. It was with no audience and all of that. It was just a tough season. There's something else I was thinking about when someone said that. Oh, so that was Lee's. That's what I watched with Lee. And then with Dennis, I fell into this, like, again, like I just became very interested in, oh my gosh, I can't even remember it now. And I haven't watched it, I think since like when I was first nursing Dennis, the first couple of months. It's the Hot Wings show, the one where the guy has hot wings. Is it called Hot Wings? No, it's called something else. Hot Ones, where there's a host and he interviews, it's just the two of them in a very kind of casual setting where they both have to go down a row of hot wings. And it goes from like mild to, the hot ones. Everyone knows, yeah. It goes from very kind of like mild, which I'm telling you, like the one that they have for the most mild, I can't even handle. So I can never do this show. So I'm watching this like fully vicariously living through them, having no interest in eating any of these, to the like hottest of hot. And it's like wicked hot. And it's so interesting or spicy. It's so interesting to see these celebrities like try to answer. And the host, the interviewer, is so good with his questions. They're really like unique questions, interesting ones. You can eat every time the celebrity's like, oh wow, like you're a really good interview. And I really enjoy answering these questions. You're not like all the typical PR, interviews that I do, but he asks such like intimate and deep questions, and they're like dying here. Like some like possibly going to be sick, some just like can't handle it, and some get like really serious and they won't have any milk or water because they're like very competitive and they want to take it seriously. Others are like, give me anything, I'll drink whatever, and are very dramatic about it. It's a really good show. I want to kind of get back into that. But that was one I really enjoyed watching. No worries, Dan. Catch us later. Yes, I am holding up, though. Thank you for asking. Queen X Timbit. Is it Hot Ones you got into, too? Isn't that so funny how we just get into these shows? Who's Popcorn? I don't know. Did I miss that? Oh my gosh, May. I was nursing my first baby before I had a smartphone. I watched a lot of infomercials. I can't even imagine. I think my mother-in-law said she watched a lot of MASH. So it was just so funny to think about, like, what you did before you had your smartphone where you could easily watch something. I think people have said they read a book. Again, that's something sometimes if I'm tired, I'm afraid I would like fall asleep. So again, watching something on video was much easier. Okay. So, unless anyone has any other interesting questions, we can always go back to them, of course. But I did want to talk a little bit about my plan in regards to all of your, or some of your requests for a Facebook group. I know not all of you may be requesting it. Oh my gosh. I never knew of Popcorn the chicken. Was this a popular chicken and something happened? Oh. Oh, Carol too. Had all 4 kids before cell phones. Don't know how you guys did it. Although, in some ways, it was easier for you because it was before social media and before Google. I don't know if it was before Google. I'm not trying to age you. But I think about my parents, and that's how they experienced motherhood. And although it certainly makes some things easier, in other ways, it makes other things harder. So it's just interesting how that works. Oh, someone else binged Pixar movies. I love commemorating about this. Okay, so I got to watch the Disney Plus show a little bit more. Lee's watched a little bit of it, the Animal Kingdom one, but we should really get into that more. People are mentioning that's where popcorn is mentioned. Okay, so I don't know how to fully explain this because, as I said, I was thinking of, is that Dennis? Is he okay? Then I might have heard him whimper, but I was thinking of doing like an Instagram live where we see my screen, but I don't know. That might be too complicated. So I'll explain it, and if you feel like you need more of an explanation, maybe we can see if I can make that work. But random question. Someone asked if our first home was a condo or a house. First place Joe and I ever lived together was a house that was like a duplex, and we rented it, part of that. And we really enjoyed that place. I actually just drove by it recently, and I don't drive by it. So that was actually like a little down memory lane moment. Okay, so I thought long and hard about, a private group, a chat, things like that. And I actually use Facebook quite a bit for different groups that are my interest. An example being there's like a Harry Potter one I'm in. There are moms group ones, more local, that I'm in. Trying to think. I think I was in a Star Wars one, but I'm not sure if I am anymore because I was like, oh, this is a little out of my league because I don't know as much about Star Wars as I'd like to. But I think I'm in ones about like just different, trying to think, toddler activities. What else? I think other ones about gluten-free and dairy-free recipes, as well as, again, local gluten-free, dairy-free groups where we kind of share like either finds that we find at grocery stores or restaurants and things to keep your eye out for. So again, a lot of different groups that are on Facebook, and I really enjoy them. And so I looked into that and saw that as definitely a really fun opportunity for our group and community here. But I don't know, there was just something that I just felt like, I know a lot of people are not going on Facebook as much. And the other thing is Facebook, for many of us, we have had accounts on there for a very long time, and it has a lot of our personal information, personal pictures that when you're in the group, of course you could, I was thinking like, if that was something you were concerned about, like even me, I don't think I would use my personal Facebook profile. I think I would have started a new one to interact in this new Facebook group, but then I have to make a new Facebook account, and there's all those kind of things to think about. Bye, Jason. Oh, good night, Emmett. I was just making sure anyone else was asking anything, but So someone mentioned Discord or Reddit. I don't know about Discord, so that's why I was going to share with you what I did find that I thought could be a really great fit. And I want to get your feedback before we really move forward with it. And then, maybe we go from there. Someone else mentioned Slack. I did see that one. GroupMe, don't know that one much, or Twitch. So no one has mentioned the one I've looked into. So that's a good or a bad thing. But the one, I'm just gonna pull it up here if I can, so I can speak to it a little better. The one that I did some research on that seemed like a really cool fit was, it's kind of funny. Why is it not? Is Mighty Networks. I don't know if anyone's heard of that, but it is a all-in-one platform that actually has somewhat of a similar feel to Facebook, in that it is kind of like a feed, and but it almost is better in a lot of ways. Sorry, I've like totally lost where my live is now. I hope I haven't fully lost it. Okay. It's you can create topics so that you have group. It's like Facebook meshed up. This is how I saw it. It was like Facebook meshed with like message boards, kind of like a Reddit or something like that. And I really thought, Oh, and sorry. Someone else just mentioned they didn't have Facebook for mental health reasons. A lot of people don't have Facebook for that reason. So that was another thing. I didn't want to make anyone feel like they had to get back onto Facebook. Again, create like an account where family or friends could find you that you don't want to, things like that. So this does not cost any money. Mighty Networks. It could potentially cost me a little bit of money if I want some extra features in our group, but it can be fully private. It can be searchable, which I still might want it to be for new members, but it is something where I have to accept members into it. And again, it's a really kind of just fun platform. There's a lot of great things that you can do with it that I saw. I actually did see there is a popular, I've heard of her, and I was like, oh, she's on here. Yoga with Adriene, if you've heard of her. It's YWA. You may sometimes see people refer to it as. She has she does yoga. She shares a lot of her yoga on YouTube, and she actually has like a monthly calendar where you do yoga with her every single day. And so she uses this platform to kind of have these discussions where people can chat. And what I really liked about it that's different than Facebook, again, is doesn't have that personal piece. You can create a fully an alias and not be worried about it. You can share whatever you want on your personal page, which, you don't have to really share anything, which is nice. And the other piece is that, like I said, you can have topics and almost like, boards, like a message board, where you can just follow those certain topics. Whereas in Facebook, you're kind of getting all of the information. And as the information gets, builds up, discussions get fully lost. And so I imagine with Facebook, a lot of people reintroduce topics, not knowing it was just talked about last week, or ask the same questions. And people are seeing a lot of information on their feed they don't want to be seeing. Like, let's say, again, it is I'm trying to think, like a mom's group, let's say, and you're only interested in talking with moms about you have toddlers. So you're only interested in talking about that age group, but you're getting a lot about newborns, and you're like, I don't really care about that. You're hearing moms talk about teenagers, and you're like, okay, like you kind of start either scrolling through and then not seeing the information anymore on your feed, or just getting frustrated and all of those things. So I thought that sounded I really liked that piece about it too. And I was really starting to have fun with the topics. And things like that. I wish I could share my screen just here on Facebook, on YouTube, because I feel like I'm not explaining it that great, and you kind of have to see it. But I'm trying to think here how we could go about this. I'm wondering if you can even see the group now if you were to search it. I don't know if I'm going to start accepting anyone quite yet, just because I want to build it out a little bit more, and all of those things. But What I would like, if you're interested and want to give me feedback on whether you think it's a good platform, is if you do want to, it can be an app. What I liked also is that it can be an app on your phone, which is great that there's that option that you can easily access it on your smartphone, but you can also access it as a website, is my understanding. So if you'd like to download the app, make sure you let me know. It should not cost you anything. So if it does, do not pay for anything. Or if you'd like to just do it on your computer, if you want to go ahead and start an account, again, free, and find maybe other groups and kind of join those and kind of play around with it and see if it's something we want to explore more. And like I said, it's great in that almost all the features are free. There are a couple extras that you could do I could do a monthly subscription for. I could charge for membership. I will not do that. Yeah, and that's something we could explore too later down the road. I'd really want to see and make sure it's something that we're all enjoying before I end up paying for any extra features or anything like that. So if you're seeing free trial, I'm guessing that is for some of those upgraded features. And again, that's for if you want to be a host. I don't think any of those features are going to be helpful to you if you're just going to be a participant in any of these groups. I know what you're saying in that I think the name is Mighty Networks. What was I saying on that level? I remember too, like they say free trial, but you should be able to say somewhere, no, thank you. So again, this is what we're looking into. Instead of Facebook, I want to explore a different platform, and I'm thinking Mighty Networks. And again, it's just a different platform that has somewhat of the feel of Facebook without, again, being too personal. And it also has a lot of great features where you can subscribe to different topics, not follow other topics that you're not interested in. And I think it would be really fun. I'm really excited. As I was starting to develop the topics, I'm like, okay, this will be cool, because I want it to be something where it says Ashley's Lemonade Stand. That was something I also kind of played around with, which I'll probably keep that for a while. And maybe we could always change the name as we grow our community, because it really was like, oh, this will be a cool place where we can all connect on like just so many different things and really have fun with it and build something that we all can enjoy. So it's really excited. Yeah, so see if you can find Ashley's Lemonade Stand on Mighty Networks. As I said, I may not accept any members now. We'll kind of see how that goes. I think it should be private but searchable. You'll let me know if it's just like out there. But Mighty Networks. All right, I was trying to think of anything else on that topic. Oh, I wanted to just share, maybe I could just at least share some of the topics. See what you think. Okay. And I had fun, like you can add descriptions for the topics just to kind of get the ball rolling. I had one, I said, #family goals. I said, all are welcome, whether you're a mom, dad, grandparent, legal guardian, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, son, daughter. This topic is here for you. Whether you are a parent, are expecting, have experienced loss, are yearning to start a family, or have chosen not to become a parent, this is for you. So it really is, that's a topic that anyone could really join. It's not specific to being a parent. It could be, you've made the choice not to be a parent, and that's a topic. Or you have family dynamics you want to talk through, again, just in being a daughter or sister or sibling. I have Disney Duh as another title, because I said, knowing the origin of how most of you came to know me and how I've enjoyed connecting with you on, we have to have a topic for us to chat all things Disney. So that is one of the topics that we can't do without. There's a topic I had on travel. I said, I think many of us have also connected on our love of travel, learning new cultures, making memories with our friends and family, and witnessing the beautiful landscapes around us. Share your experiences here, ask questions, and exchange advice with each other. So I know that comes up quite a bit in the chats. And I try to think of that, like, what questions do I get a lot from people, and do people connect on? And so I try to do that. I have one on toddler activities, one on all things home, I also have one that I titled Finger Snaps, Pat on the Back, Congrats. And I said, feeling proud? Well, don't be shy. Share it here and let us all celebrate you. Because I think that would be a really great one to have. I have one on careers and education, healthy living, hobbies. One on all things books, the big screen. I said, are you a cinephile like Michael Bolton? This place is for you. I have one on binge watching. What are you binge watching? I know that comes up a lot too. Affirmations, just a place where we share our favorite mantras, poems, quotes, videos, art, and visuals. Whenever you need a little pick-me-up, you can go to that affirmations topic. Philanthropy. There's so many options. That's just a couple that I've kind of thought of, and I think you can add some yourself. I will say, as I try to find my YouTube thing here as well. So, okay, so someone said it is searchable but private. My name on Mighty Networks is the channel's name, Ashley's Lemonade Stand. As I said, we'll start off with that because that's how this kind of came to me, but I am open to that kind of changing to being something a little bit more generic where it's not kind of about me and it's more about all of us. But yeah, Sarah, sorry if you kind of missed but we're just talking about Mighty Networks. It's a platform I'm looking into as a alternative to a Facebook private group. So there was something I was thinking about that. I know I was kind of coming back to you on that thought, but the topics. Oh, one thing I will say I'm a little nervous about, again, is I think our group is fairly small right now, so I'm not too worried about it. But, as you start to have groups and message boards, things like that, there does become a point where you do need to start to really moderate it. I'm a little nervous about taking that on with everything else I have going on. So we'll kind of cross that bridge if that ever comes to be and is ever necessary. And maybe it is something that I ask one of you to help me out, or we see if it is a possibility. That is something that when I think about it, I kind of get like a little nervous. I'm like, oh, that could be a lot, but. And yeah, some of you may have experience with moderating. So certainly thank you for offering up any help. Sarah, you will be a great moderator. So I probably will. You are probably one of the first ones that would have come to mind even before you recommended it. Yeah, exactly. Becca was mentioning that. Yeah, I know quite a few of you would be great at moderating. So I shouldn't be too worried about it, but it still is a lot to think about. Yeah, so that's kind of that on that topic. So Mighty Networks, Ashley's Lemonade Stand. My homework for you, if you are interested in being kind of a little bit of a guinea pig for me, is to explore the platform and help me out in trying to decide if it is a good kind of platform for us to start our own private group in. And then we can kind of go from there. Again, I'd love to just collect my thoughts a little bit more on my the group I've kind of set up because I just started a few nights ago. So I don't think I'll be opening it up quite yet, but in the meantime, if you can help. Thanks, Dan. Thank you, everyone. All right, so it's been a little bit that we've been talking, so I may wrap up in the next few minutes, but thank you so much for joining me. It was just really nice to catch up with you. As you may have seen in the thumbnail, Joe had the laptop closed, and when I opened it, just sitting on the keyboard was this little note. I'm so proud of you. I love you so much. Thanks. It's kind of backwards on my screen. Thank you for all you continue to do for me and the boys. Please enjoy at least this little bit of you time. And it is that. Of course, I was so thoughtful for Joe to write. It means a lot. But it has been a tough couple of weeks for us. And so it has been really nice to chat with all of you. I really did need it. And Joe always does live vicariously through this because he gets so much joy out of seeing me talk with all of you. And as many of you mentioned, I do want to get him in on a live chat soon. Most likely that would be on Serial soon since that is our channel together. And we would love to catch up with you guys all there as well. As I said, if you didn't know, Joe is likely to have surgery in the next week. So he, again, may be quite a bit out of commission. So that might not happen in the very near future, but hopefully soon after that. But thank you all so much for your well wishes for Joe, and just for kind of checking in on with us and being understanding when we couldn't always check in with you. It's so much. Oh, I know a couple people have mentioned my top. Thank you so much. It's actually been a while since I've worn it. And it's so funny that I always remember outfits from Disney. And I remember wearing this outfit. I think it's actually in the vlogs. I think it was from one of the very first ones. If it wasn't from the December 2012 trip, I think it was from the February 2013 trip. How weird is that? That like I so often like connect my outfits with, and I remember exactly when I wore them. So yes, this did make an appearance in Disney. I think it was either Kohl's or Target. I don't really think I shopped at Target, and I still don't really shop too much clothes-wise at Target, so I want to say Kohl's. But it could have been to there. I don't know why. I don't know. I know this is old. So I guess I must take somewhat good care. Sarah. Yeah, it's funny. Like, I think clothes are like, I remember seeing someone once say that on any trip you could really do it on, but they were specifically talking about Disney. They always had like an air freshener, a new scented air freshener they would bring with them on their trips. And that way they would always connect that scent with that trip. And I thought that was really interesting because it's funny. There was a face moisturizer. I may have mentioned this before. I feel like I have. So sorry if I'm repeating myself, but there was a face moisturizer I used on that last trip that we had in 2015 at the cabins. And I used it again recently, and I was like immediately brought back to Fort Wilderness. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love this face moisturizer. So any other last questions, thoughts, comments before I leave you tonight and let you enjoy the start of your weekend? Again, thank you for starting my weekend off wonderfully by joining me here today. And yeah, it was really wonderful. Again, if no one was here, or if you weren't here at the beginning and you're here now live, these are two things I brought up that you may want to consider for your young one or yourself if you don't have kids, because it's got great recipes for anyone. And here's another one for young kids that I thought was actually really neat. We haven't done this one as much. We've done a few out of this one, and I hope to kind of share more of those on the channel possibly. I think I tried to take a couple pictures of tonight. It was very last minute. I put it together, so it was a little, and again, knowing that, but because we were near an oven, I was very careful and paying attention to Lee. So I wasn't able to really film much, but I did take pictures here and there. So I might share those in my Instagram stories if I get the chance. Ooh, someone said that there's a 3-hour video of Soarin' exit music, and they recommend it if you want a very peaceful experience. Yes, that sounds awesome. I love Disney loop music. I haven't been listening to it much. I used to listen to it a lot when I was at work or when I was teaching courses when I was at home with Lee. I don't teach courses as much now. So I haven't been listening to it much, but they can be really good. Like, I think I may have shared this, but Adventureland loop is like a really good one where can be calming, but it's also invigorating. So as you're getting work done, it keeps you kind of hyped, but not in like too hyped of a way, if you know what I mean. So that one's like a really good one. I always felt like when I was working. Everyone's thanking me. Thank you again. Thank you so much for joining me on a Friday night. Some of you a very late Friday night, even into Saturday morning, and for others, maybe a Friday afternoon. But either way, thank you for joining me and sharing such wonderful well wishes, comments, questions. I always enjoy how much you guys engage with me and with each other. I really, really enjoy that. So again, to wrap things up, homework is to look into Mighty Networks or give me your thoughts, or if you have any suggestions for a different platform aside from Facebook, because I think I'm comfortable and know enough about that one where, that it's not out of the question, but I think I am looking into other options more heavily. So if you have any suggestions, if in what I shared, you think that there's something else that's better to meet those goals, or you think that there's something I'm not considering that you'd like to share, please email me at lemonadewithashley@gmail.com or direct message me on Instagram at Ashley's Lemonade Stand or anything like that. So I appreciate that. And maybe we'll check in next Friday to see what kind of everyone thought. Again, please feel free to message me sooner, but we'll kind of check in to give a summarization of whether we're going to move forward with Mighty Networks or not. So that is the plan. Thank you, everyone. Everyone's saying their goodbyes. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm trying to think if we really have any plans. Not really. Again, we're just trying to stay low. I had wanted to take Lee to a little pet store if we felt comfortable. We haven't really, again, been going anywhere in New Hampshire, but we thought we might venture there. But it snowed a lot today. I don't know if it did where you are. Do want to say, if any of you know of anyone, are from Texas, and are just hearing about what's going on, it's just unbelievable. And my heart really does go out to everyone in Texas. It's just so scary to think about living in a place that is not well equipped for the, weather that is happening down there, and just, the houses, the cars being ruined, people in, danger, and freezing, not having food, all these things. It's just really sad to hear about. And, it's funny. I was just reaching out to my cousin who just moved away from Texas, and I was trying to get a better understanding of what organizations and charities are really doing good things in Texas right now. And I don't have an answer yet, but I certainly will share if there are. I don't think she's on here tonight. Cassandra, I follow on Instagram. I just seen before I went on here, she had shared an Instagram story of a Instagram post that did share some organizations. I didn't really get to look into it much, but you can always look at that. And of course, as you know, there is that Charity Navigator that you can look into opportunities to help these Texans. Because if you don't know, if you are out of the States, Texas has been having crazy snow blizzards right now, and they do not have them. So their houses and their facilities are not equipped for that. And so they're experiencing a lot of devastation right now. Yeah. Teresa was mentioning that a lot of people there are floods happening now. Okay. I was not as aware of that. Oh, I had been seeing that a little bit. Just a lot going on down there. And a lot still frozen as well. It's just American Red Cross or local United Way. Those are always kind of organizations that we can know and trust. So that's a great idea, Teresa. And then, Bibbidi Brooke is also, I believe, I don't fully know because I only saw quickly on her story too, but I think she's opening up her store for proceeds to go. I'm not fully certain, but again, if you know or are interested in Bibbidi Boppidi Brooke she's on Instagram. I follow her as well, so you can find her there. She is doing opening up her store to give proceeds to certain Texas charities. So check that out as well. Oh shoot. Yeah, she's not. Oh no, why did I say that? Yeah, BB Brooke. BB Brooke, I'm sorry. She recently did rebrand, and I completely blanked there. I'm very tired all of a sudden. BB Brooke on Instagram, and she has an ear shop. She does the Disney ears, and she's a really great friend, and does a lot of great things for the Disney community and the world around us. And so she's doing something for Texas as well, which I'm not surprised. Okay. 100% proceeds are going to be donated from that store opening. So there you have it. So check that out. If you are looking for something Disney themed, like I said, ears, I think she has jewelry. She has, recently I had to take it off. My hair kept getting stuck, but I had to resituate it. But she has oh my gosh, I'm so blanking right now. BB bands, is that it? Basically, it's really cool. She has like these little pins that you can put in either into your watch or into band buttons. Oh my gosh, band buttons that you can put into your watch or into your although I guess those not happening anymore. I thought I heard something about that. The magic bands. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay. Anything else? I feel like all of a sudden I just lost all my energy. But thank you guys so much for joining. And it's we're hanging in there. So thank you again for checking in on us and sending us your well wishes. Continue to send them as we continue to go through this journey with Joe. But again, he is doing okay, and I will keep you updated as best that I can. So have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful weekend, and please stay safe wherever you are. And I hope to continue these Friday lives as long as they continue to be something of interest to all of you. And I hope to have a video on Tuesday. I do not have anything edited or even recorded yet, so I'm really hoping I can get something together this weekend. But I know, again, you guys always understand, but at some point I gotta get back into this. I feel like I just keep stalling, but all for good reason. All right. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Bye. Oh, happy birthday, Kira.